started on the collar last night. That's all I have left. I've done the cuffs. And I haven't really done much with collars before, so it's just kind of, all I did was take a strip of material, which I had to piece in the middle, and flat fell it on. And it's double height, because I'm just going to fold it over. It's just a banded collar. And then I will have to tuck in these raw edges and fell them down, and then along the back. And then that will be done, and what's left is, oh my gosh, what's left is just the closures, the buttons, and I have to open those. I haven't opened them yet. Quarantined, they're here. And here comes Sonia Haka. So it'll be just getting the closures done. The top 4 buttons will be visible, and then on the bottom it's going to be kind of like a hidden placket, but it's going to be in a conservation, economical, material-saving format. If you look at the mock-up dress video I did with the reference item I found with it, and it looked like the buttons were placed up, that they buttoned upside down, buttoned down into the dress, so that the buttons wouldn't be seen. And instead of having a hidden placket, then you could just sew them upside down. I do plan to fold over about ½ inch probably. Photos I've seen with Martha Corinne wearing this dress, it does look like the placket is quite narrow. So I think I'm on track here. I plant me a red and rosy bush. I plant me a green willow tree. John Boy sang that on an episode of The Waltons. I'm not sure if I've been able to find a source for it. Old traditional song, I assume, public domain, but I don't know if I've seen any other references to it other than from the Waltons. So, not sure. He was playing a dulcimer. Oh my gosh, beautiful singing. I used to sing that song when I was at my dad's farm in Fitzroy Harbour, Ontario, 102 acres. With the Carp River running through it. Beautiful. And a bunch of cows. And so I was staying there one time for about 9 months and looking after the cows for them. And I would walk down along the page wire fence and under the haw trees and singing that song, and the cows would be about halfway down the field and listen to me singing along, trying to hit those high notes. I could start in a higher key, I think, and just belt it out. Oh, sing yon lonesome little turtle dove, it's swaying on that yonder vine, lamenting for his one true love. I used to try to go higher, on a higher key. I seem to have found a key I can can do a little bit easier now. As I do mourn for mine, oh, sing yon lonesome little turtle dove, it's swaying on that yonder vine. Don't quite get that break though. Oh, I was surprised the first time I saw that episode and heard Richard Thomas sing that. I was quite impressed. And the dulcimer too, playing the dulcimer. Oh my gosh, it just sounds fantastic. I think that episode was called The Love Story. Corinne Walton. Lamenting for his one true love, as I do mourn for mine. I was just singing that a couple minutes ago, and then I was at church. I thought the Cardinals started singing out here again. Oh, it's nice to sing with wild birds. The last few years before the pandemic started, I've been busking downtown, and I play the tin whistle sometimes as well, but I also play guitar and sing. And the birds downtown would just sing. They start singing, and when you're playing music and singing, and then they start to sing, oh, it's just a joyous occasion. Wonderful. It's wonderful to sing with them. Seven o'clock. When I was young, and I was free, I loved alone and well, but the sorrow that loving had brought me, no human tongue can tell. Oh, see on the lonesome little turtle dove, he's swinging on that yonder line, lamenting for his one true love, as I do mourn for mine. Oh, hush you, lest you break my heart, for no one will I cry. Not true. 10,000 lovers have already parted, so why should we? You and I'll tell you why. I'll tell you why. Ain't no reason to. That's why. Hoping to be able to get back out busking soon. And I'll have some more period accurate, closer to period accurate costuming to wear too. Also hoping to get started working again on my close-up magic. I have plans for a wildlife set. It's been in the works for quite a while now. I have all kinds of beautiful props to work with, and now I have my own costuming as well. I'm starting to get everything is starting to be synced up. So I have my own costuming. I can sing music if I want. I do have some plans for a couple of effects using old public domain songs. My sister and I and my mom are house hunting. And the kitties. And the kitties too, right girls? Gonna have lots of window seats for the girls. Lots of window seats for the girls. Some hardwood floors to run on and slide and fly on. My dad had hardwood floors in his house. My sister and I used to drive our trikes inside because they had hard wheels and we couldn't ride them in the dirt driveway because they wouldn't go anywhere. We just couldn't make them move. So we would drive them in the house on the hardwood floors. And then we would use them as scooters as well. And I mean, we would just fly through the house. It's a wonder we didn't crash. And because we would go from the living room and those floors, oh my, those wheels rolled on those floors. We would use them as a scooter, and then I don't know if we were having races or what we were trying to do, just go as fast as we could, and we would just fly from the living room fireplace, whoosh, through the door, down the hall, turn right again into the front bedroom, wheel around and back around into the living room. And my gosh, it felt sometimes like your foot was still at the front bedroom door while you were turning the corner into the living room. We were going so fast. Oh boy. And both of those rooms had enough space, the living room and then the front bedroom, where we could just turn around. So we would kind of do laps around it. So this kind of 3 sides of a square. And we just flew through there. Oh goodness. It was really something. We did that for a long time, even when we were much bigger. Lots of fun. We still have those trikes. We got them out of Dad's house. We just recently sold the property just because we couldn't afford to fix up the house the way we needed, and it had some wildlife, we'll say, living in it. So it's just beyond flipping for us. And so we recently sold the property. So we're hoping to find something soon with a few acres, because I do want to have maybe some chickens and a couple of sheep, or a sheep and an alpaca, or just a sheep. I would like the sheep to have some company. If it's actually a flock herd animal and wants another sheep or alpaca or something like that around, if it would be content with the chickens for company and us, and then maybe that would be okay. But it wouldn't be left out unsupervised, because we don't want anyone attacking them. And alpacas are supposed to be great for protecting them. So we thought maybe a sheep and alpaca. And that way you could have like a little flock element, some company, and also a protector. So I don't want to have a whole like herd. We just would like to have a sheep. It'd be a pet, really. We have Dad's old spinning wheel. So might test it out. I don't know if it has all of the parts that are needed. I'm sure we could find it if there's something missing, but just be really cool just to have it, even just for on display. So you do see a fair, you can see a fair number of them, but I don't think I haven't seen them commonly in other people's houses, so it would be kind of cool to have that. So we were able to take some things that we'll be able to put in a new property, new to us, and something we'll be able to manage. So that's in the works right now, and it would be nice. I'm just going to grab the buttons to reveal them quickly. These come from Winnipeg, Manitoba. Okay, you want to take a look at these? Buttons! I don't think they're even on a card or in a bag or anything. It sounded like they were just... Oh goodness. I hope they're not plastic. They're supposed to be wooden. And they look wooden. Oh, they're big. And I think I was like, oh, an inch? Oh, that's okay. No, that's not okay. Yeah, 1 inch. I think they're a little too big. I might need some half-inch buttons. I do have a selection of buttons, and some of them aren't going to be visible, actually. I might be able to get away with. I only need 4 visible at the top, so I may... use the buttons I already have. These look like Coke buttons. Are they wood? They feel like wood. So that's the back. I'd be more inclined to use that for the front. It's too big. Oh well, I'll be able to use them for something else. Anyway, I should have 4 buttons that I should be able to match, I think. And that will work okay, I think, for this. And then the bottom buttons won't be seen, though there's quite a number of them, but they're not visible anyway. But we just mix and match those, and that would be okay. That would be, I believe that would be period accurate. And, okay, well, these will have to be used for another occasion. That's okay. They're nice. Okay. Not sure what I did with the other ones. Put them away. Alright, well, so much for those. Big reveal. Are you back on my chair? Poor kitty. Here. Been having it in a little while. Okay, because I'm going to be going downstairs soon. Let's see here. Need to move the ice cream. Thanks, Goldie. Alrighty, this is really... I'm starting to get some character, some energy from this. Indeed. I have 7 more buttonholes to sew. I've already cut them. There's an illustration, example of one. Buttons top are now complete, along with their buttonholes. There's one of the finished buttonholes. 7 more buttonholes to finish, and then I've got just the bottom hem. I cut a little off earlier today because I saw that it wasn't even, so I'll just have to stitch that up, and that will be it. Got a nice haul of buttons at the opportunity shop yesterday for $1. My sister found them, actually. She found 2 different bottles, and we put one back and one I selected, and there's some interesting buttons in there. I've just finished soaking them in some dishwashing liquid and water, and rinse, and now they're drying. So a few more buttons to add to my collection, which will be helpful. I think there's some mother of pearls in there too, which are nice. A nice variety, a nice size. With a few wooden, couple wooden, I think. They were floating on the top this morning. I left them in a little longer than I had expected to, but see if I can thread this needle in less than half an hour this time. There, come on. No, I still missed some. There we go. that's the first one of the evening, so I mean, and generally sewing you need a little warm-up time, just like with any other kind of physical skill. It takes a little warm-up, not bad. It won't be visible, and they'll improve as I go this evening, I'm sure, but going downstairs to see my mom shortly, and we'll do some sewing in front of the TV. We'll maybe watch some Olympics. We're going to watch Escape from the City, which is an Australian version of Escape to the Country, which is a British home showing series, house tours. Just fun to watch. So there, I like to go back down through the underside and under some of the stitches. Sometimes, not always, but sometimes out to the stitch here, further along the inside, so we won't be having knots showing toward the outside. You can soon have this chair.